Okay, so when I was thinking about this, I've never actually recorded an introduction for this podcast. So, welcome to the Royalist King CJ podcast, where we talk about music of all kinds: pop, country, hip hop, trap, R&B, soul. Just overall, we're gonna take a deep dive into music, and just kind of see where we end up, and what conversations and what we can learn from the music that isn't so clear in the first listen. So, welcome to the Royalist King CJ Music Podcast, and I hope you enjoy.
Okay, so I'm dropping two back-to-back on Drake. So, this episode on Drake is going to be, what is the better Drake album to go back to and listen to? Which is going to be based solely on my own opinion, but also you can base on what you want to base it off of. And so I kind of have to disqualify a few of these songs, right? I have to disqualify. I don't know, because the rumors were never cleared up, so I have to figure out what exactly we're qualifying to make this consideration. What is the best album by Drake? And I'm not entirely sure I can make that decision fairly. Right? Because I think if we're talking about the best album ever, I'm not entirely sure that Take Care can be in this. Right? I'm not sure. So this is the thing. I'm not sure if Take Care can be in this discussion. On that same note, because it was rumored and it's still, I don't think he's in the credits. I don't think he's in the credits. I don't think so. I don't think The Weeknd is in the credits of this album, but I do. Right, because I don't think he's part of the credits, but it does make me wonder exactly who can I say. Oh, which Drake albums can I consider? Because two of these albums, for sure, I would have to, because two of these albums I do enjoy. I love Take Care, and then I also love If You're Reading This Is Too Late. But the only two problem with these two albums, in my particular order of picking them, is that Take Care allegedly, and I say allegedly because I'm not entirely sure, I have not seen any proof, I haven't seen any credit about who actually wrote Take Care. Like, I have not found any evidence about who wrote Take Care. So this is the thing. They say that there's 5 songs written, or allegedly there's 5 songs written by The Weeknd for Take Care. And 5 of them have writing credits. And the album is 18 minutes long. Right? The album is 18 or 20 albums long with some features depending on which album you buy. And so the songs that we know is Shot From Me, which is a good one. The Crew Love, which is one of Drake's most popular songs. Camera and Good Looks are good ones, I'm sorry. Practice, which is another big Drake song. And The Ride, which are also big songs by Drake. And so the question is, did he contribute to 4 or 5? So my question is, did Drake keep that in mind. From what we know, so Take Care is an album that we must know. We must try to figure out. We must know. We have to figure out what's the criteria, and the criteria for me would be what songs didn't. We'd have to figure out what albums are included. And so the songs that would be in question would be Take Care by The Weeknd and If You're Reading This Is Too Late by Drake. In which they're both... Okay, they're not big parts of the album. Where Quentin Miller, I believe, wrote 6 songs for Drake's If You're Reading This Is Too Late. And Quentin Miller, I am sorry I'm bringing you into this. But this is a conversation that we need to have if we're going to be honest about these albums. And The Weeknd wrote 4 or 5, depending on what source you use, for Take Care. So, can we honestly say, If You're Reading This Too Late is Drake's best album? Now, many will say Take Care is one of Drake's best albums. However, if the Weeknd wrote 6 of them, I don't know if they're co-written or what we do about these other songs, because these other songs weren't as popular on Take Care as the ones that the Weeknd wrote. Looking back, I don't know, because I think Make Me Proud by Nicki Minaj is a good song. But I don't think it beats, I don't think it beats Crew Love. And I think if you ask me from Take Care, what are the songs from Take Care, it would be Shot For Me, Headline, Crew Love, Take Care's Marvin's Room, Practice, Motto, and HYRE, which would be a Drake feature, which would be a Lil Wayne feature. Right? So, along from the features, I don't know, like, this is a classic album. I won't debate that this is not a classic album. However, if we're going fully on albums that he wrote fully and completely, I'd have to take away If You're Reading This Is Too Late and Take Care. Because if you ask me, no bias at all, I would go Take Care. I'd go Take Care. I'd go The Care Package. I'd go So Far Gone. I'd go Views, and I'd go Scorpion. Right? But if we take away If You're Reading This Is Too Late and Take Care, you leave me with Scorpion, the Scary Hours EP, Nothing Was the Same, More Life, the Dark Lane Memos tape, Scary Hours 2, So Far Gone, Thank Me Later, Views, and What a Time to Be Alive. And so out of these, it's going to be Thank Me Later, So Far Gone, I don't know. I like Views. I do. I like Views because of these songs that didn't necessarily make the cut of people's favorite songs, which would be Keeping Family Close, The Nine, With You Were Party Next Door, Division and Faithful, Western Road Flow, Child's Play, Fire and Desire, and Views. And I'll even say Hotline Bling, the little dance, did promote this album a little bit more than I expected it to, right? But at the same time, I can't overlook Nothing Was the Same, because Nothing Was the Same had hits. Nothing Was the Same had hits. It had Tuscan Leather with Jay-Z, Wu-Tang Forever, Started from the Bottom. 305 from My City, Too Much, and Pound Cake. Right? So, I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. So, okay, I'll go Nothing Was the Same. But then I'm going Views, right? I'm going Views as fourth. I'm going Views fourth no matter what. And then we get into this of, do I like More Life more? Do I like Certified Lover Boy? Do I like Scary Hours 1 and 2? Or do I like Scorpion? And this is an unpopular opinion. Without a doubt, I know this is an unpopular opinion. But I'm going Scorpion. And that's because it has Jaded. Nice for What? How Do You Feel? Blue Tint. R.I.P. Static Shock. But After Dark. Final Fantasy. March 14th. Right? Mob Ties. Sandra Road. I don't know. I think Scorpion's gonna have to be next, right? Views being 4 and then Scorpion being 5 is probably extremely controversial, right? Because I'm pretty sure people like Scorpion is the worst album that he's ever made. And then we get to the harder of the last 2 albums. Well, harder of the last 3. And this is because I don't think What Time to Be Alive is one of Drake's and Future's best albums. I just don't think it is. So, that's going to be on the totem pole for me. And Drake. You know what? I'll do Dark. I'll do 4. So, okay. So, What Time to Be Alive, More Life, Dark Demo Tapes, and Certified Lover Boy are my final. Unless we count the best World Pack EP, which is World Pack EP, we would go right after Views. But I don't know. So I'm gonna have to go with More Life. I think More Life is just a better album for me, personally. Because while it is extremely repetitive, the diss tracks of Two Birds and One Stone that came along with it, it's something that I enjoy. Two Birds, One Stone, Sneaky Link, Sneakin', which I blasted during like that 2017 era. Skepta, the UK legend, is on. You know, he has his own interlude. I think Glow by Kanye was great. Do not disturb. I don't know. So I think that's what it's gonna be. And I think if I had to end it with What a Time to Be Alive and Certified Lover Boy, because Dark Demo Tapes comes after More Life, but Certified Lover Boy, to me, Certified Lover Boy is the better out of What a Time to Be Alive. And that's only because I'm not huge on the sound that they use for what a Time to Be Alive. It's just not one of my like classic albums. If I go, hey, what is a Drake? What's a Drake? What's a Drake and what's a Future favorite song? I go March Madness for Drake. I'd go Drake March Madness for I'd go March Madness for Future, and I would go Motto FYHYFR, or I'm Loving the Crew, which is technically written by The Weeknd. So it's Western Road Flow is a great but it's underrated song, but I don't know if I'd consider that one of Drake's. And if we go the 6-man off of If Uranus Is Too Late, then I get into territory where I'm like, we have to talk about the songs Quinn Miller wrote, and then we get into that Meek Mill disc where he goes, who is Quinn really rolling with the 6 with, right? So it's complicated. So if I leave Take Care out of it, it's roughly, if I leave Take Care out of it gets kind of messy. It gets very messy very quickly. And if you're reading This Is Too Late, if you leave that out there, it gets very mucky very quickly. So I don't know. But I think the best features by far on a Drake album, by far, is definitely and then Jungle, which is all If You're In This Too Late, which is Jungle Fever, which her redid. So I don't know but the best feature list by far on a Drake album is definitely Take Care. However, the best designed album is If You're Reading This Is Too Late, and Quentin Miller wrote 6 of these, so I'm not entirely sure which ones. And these features help kind of boost this album sales just a little bit, because You and the Six is a great song. 6 p.m. in New York is a song that I do enjoy. However, if I can't touch those 2 albums, it gets messy, and it gets very messy very quickly, because I'm not entirely sure who wrote what in The Weeknd, Writing Practice, and Cruel Love and Shot Me. I don't know. It's very tricky, because in Take Care he has Andre 3K, he has Lil Wayne as a feature, he has Rick Ross as a feature, Nicki Minaj, Birdman, Kendrick Lamar, Rihanna, The Weeknd on Take Care. So Take Care by far has one of the best feature runs I've ever seen from Drake. Personally, in my personal opinion. But I don't know. I think True Love and Take Care are one of those songs that were just impactful for that track. And if The Weeknd wrote The Crew, I'm not entirely sure. Now, does this album age very well? Yes. But we get controversial when we say who was given credit. What did they actually wrote if he was given credit on 6? Because some artists aren't very big on giving credit to songs. So this is what we worry about. But I think it aged well. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm that weird person that thinks Views is a third runner up for Nothing Was the Same. If we take out if This Is Too Late, if you take out Take Care, and you leave me with Nothing Is the Same and Views, I'm going Views and Nothing Was the Same. For my first 2, for my starting 2, that's where you go. Because nothing is. If You're In This Is Too Late, is definitely my favorite third album. But Views, I have a deep connection with. So I don't know, but I feel at the same time, if we don't count those albums, then we're doing Drake's catalog a disservice. Okay, so I'll do my catalog with these 2 is Take Care, Nothing Was the Same, Views, If You're In This Is Too Late. Right? Those are my top 4. My top 4 would be that. Right? But I don't know if you take those 2 out. My 1 and 2 is not. Yeah. I don't know. This is why I say if you're gonna let somebody co-write a song with you, just give them the credit. Don't take all the credit. Share some credit with them. Because if you don't, then you get in controversy years later where you're like, can we safely assume that The Weeknd didn't write half of these songs? Can we safely assume that Quentin Miller wrote some of these songs, but he didn't write all of these? It's very mucky water, and especially when beefs bring these songs out, you wonder, okay, so what is true, what isn't? And that's why I think I have to take out Take Care, and If Nothing Was the Same, in good faith. Because if I don't take them out in good faith, then I'm not giving credit to The Weeknd and Quentin Miller, whose catalog could benefit and whose catalog should be determined by the songs that they wrote. So that's why I'm like, I don't necessarily know if I can go, hey, because even The Weeknd's, are you loving the crew? Like that's fundamentally in that song, and that song is just, it helps, that chorus kind of helps that background helps that song, because you're loving the crew, like it helps that song, it builds momentum of that song. So it's very tricky, and Practice is a song that I deeply kind of enjoy. So it's weird to go and say, because there are a lot of people that produced that album. I think, depending on who you ask, there's a lot of people that produced that album, and to give Young Money that credit that they did produce one of the Wayne's Carter's albums and Drake's Take Care album is something that I think you can't beat. Right? You can beat it. You can definitely beat a few of these songs. But I don't necessarily know if we can count it. Do you count Take Care as one of your favorite albums? And if you do, do you count it because, or do you not count it because you think that The Weeknd could have wrote more songs than Take Care? Like, I wonder where you stand on the albums like Take Care and other ones. Like, where do you stand on these albums?